desk should be completely cleared of everything, except for your pencil. Air books should be put away, iPads should be put away. Grady, I already told you that is fine to stay there. Okay. Last week, we did some fun stuff, right? With science, and we learned about the scientific method. Today, we are going to just go over the steps of the scientific method, and we are going to do an experiment using those steps. So, I'm going to pass out this paper, and please make sure everybody has one at your team. Do not write anything on this at this time. Eventually, at the end of the experiment, put these in our science notebooks, so you don't need to put your name and your number at the top, because we're going to glue it in our notebook later. Okay? The first step of the scientific method, you guys remember what the first step is? Aiden?
Ask a testable question.
Yes, you have to ask a testable question. And what are testable questions? Brooklyn? Well, it is a question that you're asking when you are doing a test. Cameron, can you help her out a little bit?
A test that you can actually do, that you have the materials to do.
Okay. Can you add a little more, Josh?
A question that you can solve using the scientific method.
I would say that is a good answer. Yes, you have to have steps to solve a testable question. It can't be a question that you can look up on the internet or in an encyclopedia. Remember, we put that in our notes. And the second step is to formulate a hypothesis, which, if you would notice on your blue sheet that I just passed out, where it says choose a problem, and then in parentheses it says ask a question, that's step number 1. We are going to do that in just a minute. Number 2, develop a hypothesis. What do we have to have in our hypothesis? Luke.
Prediction.
Prediction is 1. Kaden? In your hypothesis, look at your blue sheet. It can help you out. Number 2, develop a hypothesis. Do you see what's in parentheses?
Right, and if then prediction.
Yes, you have to have an if. I do this, then I predict this. Hypothesis there. Okay? And number 3 is we plan for our experiment. That is the third step. So what would we put there? Grady?
Allocated testers.
Yep, so what are we going to list there?
Materials.
You're going to put your materials, and then what, Lydia? What are you going to do after you list your materials? After you list your materials here, what are you going to do here? Your procedures, yep, so what you did first, second, third, fourth, so on. Okay?
So sequential or I don't know the word. Chronological.
Chronological order. Very good, Cameron, for connecting that to our lesson earlier for reading. That's awesome. That's right. Okay, and then you're going to test your hypothesis, right? That's your next step. You're testing it. So that's the fun stuff, right? You actually get to do your experiment, which we will do here shortly. And number 5 is you're going to organize your results. right? So for what we're going to do for our experiment, where we're organizing our results, we're going to draw a picture of what it looked like before, what it looked like during, and what it looked like after. That's how we're going to organize our results, okay? And then the last step, step number 6, is to state your conclusion. So what do you have in this section? Josh?
Write a summary about what you found out and how it compared to what you thought would happen. Make a connection to your life.
Perfect. Very good. Thank you. So at this point, we are going to, together as a class, choose our problem. You don't know what the problem is yet, because I haven't told you what experiment we're doing. We are going to see what happens to pepper while it's in water when you dip soap in it. What happens to the pepper? So I wrote on the board here what our question is. How does dish soap interact with pepper and water? At this time, can you please write that in, where it says choose a problem, ask a question. How does dish soap interact with pepper and water? How does dish soap interact with pepper and water? Okay, today for our experiment, we are going to do it in the groups that we are seated in our tables. So your team is your group, okay? I'm going to ask what the hypothesis is, what you guys have for your hypothesis, which is the next step, okay? So it says develop your hypothesis. You have to have an if-then statement. So your if is if you put dish soap into water with pepper, then you predict what? So you should write in that spot, if are you writing? If I put dish soap into water with pepper, then I predict I spelled it over here on the board first. If I put dish soap into water with pepper, then I predict. Does everybody have that? Thumbs up. Wyatt, do you have that? Good, good. Okay. What I would like you to do now for 1 minute, I'm going to let you discuss with your group what your prediction will be if you do that. If you put dish soap into water with pepper. Go.
Soap
one. Everybody have their predictions down? They're right there. Okay, the next step that we do is we list our materials. So where it says materials, I'm gonna write these up on the board for you. We need a bowl. Water. Pepper. Dish soap. Toothpick. And you have your paper. And pencil. So you need all of those materials. And there should be a line for each one. Bowl, water, pepper, dish soap, toothpick, paper, and pencil. Okay, the next step that we do is we write down our procedures. So, number one, if you would list these, so put number one on the lines that are provided. Can you please follow along with us and what we're doing? Number one, you're going to fill the bowl with about an inch of water. You guys see that back there? Levi, can you see?
Yeah. No, I can just hear you and I can just write it down.
Brayden, can you see?
I can't, but I can still hear you.
Okay. So you got that written down, guys? I can change markers for the next one. So we got that, number one, fill the bowl with about an inch of water. So, number two, I'm going to sprinkle pepper evenly across the surface of water. If I use the black marker, does that help? Or is it still too small? To be honest, I'll erase what I have over there. Can you see it now, Levi and Coyote?
I just heard you.
Okay.
I don't know.
So do we have that, step number two?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Number three. We're going to squeeze one drop of dish good with number 3? Thumbs up. Everybody still with me? Coyote, did you get number 3?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Number 4. Touch the tip of the toothpick to the drop of dish soap. Touch the tip of the toothpick to the drop of dish soap. Wyatt, did you finish with number 3? Wyatt, did you finish with number 3? Okay, number 5. Are we good? Squeeze it in. It doesn't have to be on a line. Are we ready to go? Okay. Now, poke the soapy toothpick into the center of the water. Poke the soapy toothpick into the center of the water. When you are finished with step number 5, please put this paper to the corner of your desk. It does not take talking to do that. Wait till everybody's finished writing, and then I will give directions for what we're going to do next. Thank you. Okay, now for the fun part. We get a test hypothesis. Okay, I need you to follow directions. I need you to listen very closely and do not do anything until I am done with all of my directions. Okay? And I will say some of the steps that we wrote down for the procedure, I did for you for the sake of time. Because I didn't think that we would be able to do all of it and still make it to lunch on time. So I did a few things for you. So I filled the bowl with water, and I put the drop of soap into the small dish. I did those things for you. What I'm going to need you to do, very carefully, the highest number in your group, come and get a bowl, a white bowl with water. Go now. Highest number in your group. Careful. And it has water in it, so please be careful when you're walking back to your desk. The rest of you, we do not need conversations. Fisher. Okay. guys are going to waste my time by talking amongst yourselves, I can do that with you, but that means we're not gonna get this done. And that's a real bummer, because I really wanna do this. So are we ready to be quiet and listen to my direction? Okay. Starting with this group, I need the second highest number to come and get the pepper. And you're going to sprinkle it into your water. And then I want you to pass it to Brooklyn's group. So 2 sprinkles, probably just so. Okay, so maybe 5 or 6 sprinkles.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Second highest number in this group. Just leave it open when you're passing it. Just so the surface of the water is covered with your pepper. Okay. Can you put your bowl down on the table? Who came and got the bowl? Leave it on your table, please. Please do not touch anything until I say. Do not touch the water or do anything with it until I say, please. Just so you have enough pepper on the surface. Second, we need to go to the next group. Right here. Uh-oh. Okay, there's a lot of sidebar conversations. I understand that this is a fun activity, but we really have to stay on task so we have time to do everything that we need to do. So we can see what happens to this, because I think this is really cool. As long as the top is covered, you're good. That's good. Fisher, can you go put that back, please? Okay.
You guys.
So the third highest number, come and get 1 color dish. Just grab one, it's all the same thing. Just take one and go back to your desk. Have a seat, please. The lowest number in the group, please listen. If you guys don't have a lowest number, because you only have 3 in your group, go back to the highest number. So Lydia will go again, and Luke will go again. That person comes and grabs 1 toothpick. 1 toothpick.
I got the fast
Not be doing anything at this time. Okay. The number that grabbed the toothpick, you can now dip that in the soap. Do not do anything else with it after that. Dip it in the soap and pull it out. You don't need that much soap. Dip it in the soap and don't do anything else with it. You done? Got it in the soap? Make sure everybody can see the bowl so you can see what happened. Are you ready? I'll dip the toothpick into the water bowl. You have to watch. Go for it, go for it. If it didn't do anything in the center.
Oh, that's cool.
In the center. Put it in the center. for us to do at that point? Okay, put it down. Leave it there. Leave your toothpick in your bowl, leave it alone, quit playing. It is nice. Okay. It says to draw pictures of before, during, and after. That's what I had on here before. We're asked to draw small pictures in the space provided. Small pictures. Number 4 was testing it, right?
Wait, how many do we do?
Oh, I'm on
One
here.
before, during, and after.
We're going down. Number 4, we tested it, right? Oh, I skipped a step. I see what you're saying. Sorry, guys. Back up. So number 4, where it says to test your hypothesis, we have to write down what happened. So we're going to go from group to group, and I want you guys to tell me what happened to your pepper. This group here. Okay, hold on 1 second. Time out. We're going to go one at a time. So only this group is talking right now. Okay, what happened? The pepper backed away. So that is what you will put for your number 4. You tested your hypothesis, and when you touched the soap to the water, the pepper backed away. Okay? What happened to your pepper?
The pepper, when heated and like putting soap, it's like soap to like damage thing and the pepper like people they just run away.
Run away. I need you to move the clothespin down because you're not being respectful of your group member. And I need you to move the clothespin down because you're not paying attention to everyone else and you're still playing when I asked you not to. Okay, so Grady said that when they put their soap into their pepper, the pepper ran away like scared people. That's a good description. So that's what you will put for your number 4, that when you put the soap into the water, the pepper ran away. Make sure you're writing that in a complete sentence. When I put the soap in the water, the pepper ran away. What happened in your group? The pepper changed color. Into it. That's cool.
No, it turned the water darker.
I think it's probably from the pepper. The pepper itself probably sat there and then it changed the water colors. Did anything happen to your pepper when you put the soap in?
Well, the first time we put the soap, and it had like a few sprinkles at the bottom of the rest of it.
So the rest went on the outside? Okay, so that's what you'll write down for your number 4. When you put the soap in the water, the pepper went to the outside. You put that down and quit messing. What happened with your pepper? I can still see yours around the edges.
Like, when we dipped the, like, everybody was like swimming in the ocean, and then, the soap was like a shark, and they all ran out.
I like
Like
it.
it took a bite out of one pepper and the
Yeah.
water.
So for your number 4, you put the soap in the water. You're not going for shark attack. You put the soap in the water and the pepper ran away. Again, went to the sides. What happened in your group? Who's making noises over there? Please click down. And you just touched it at the front and went, very cool. So write that down. Like an energy force. Number 4, that's what you should have written for number 4. In your guys' group? So the consensus of everybody is that when you put the soap into the water, the pepper went to the sides of the bowl. down to that number 4 where it says test your hypothesis, write that. If you don't have anything written there, write what I just put on the board. Yes,
It's kind of like oil and water.
kind of like oil and water, does a separation. Okay, now we are going to draw our before, during, and after picture.
Oh, wait.
If you haven't done so already. So what should your before picture look like?
There's a toothpick sticking in the water, all the.
Fill a bowl of water. Okay,
Pepper stones.
during,
Pieces that soak out pepper.
right, got pepper all over. If you guys don't have a drawing, please draw what I'm drawing. And after. So if you did not have a drawing already, put up there what I have on mine.
I know, that was fun.
Okay. After we have our drawings, we have to state our conclusion. So, was your prediction correct? Was your hypothesis correct? Go back and look in your group for what you put down for your hypothesis. If I put dish soap into water with pepper, then I predict what you guys predicted, right? You have that there? So was that right or not right? Talk amongst your groups, if were you correct or not? He wants to know what exactly happened to the pepper and it went to the sides, right? So you would say that my prediction, don't write anything, you're just talking. Don't write anything. Don't write anything, you're just talking. Because this has to be done in complete sentences. Uh-oh.
Daddy-o.
I need all eyes and all attention up here. I left out a very important direction. Right now, you are just discussing if your prediction was correct or not correct. We have not written anything down. Okay? This has to be in a complete sentence. And now we are going to do that, and we're going to restate our predictions. So, you would start with my prediction that if I put dish soap into water with pepper, then you put what you predicted after this, then. So my prediction that if I put dish soap into water with pepper, then go and look back up at your then statement and fill that in. You might want to write small so you can fit everything.
Wait, did we put it was right along?
I want you to put your prediction, right? Okay? So, for my prediction that if I put dish soap into water with pepper, then the pepper would go out to the sides was correct. So you put, your prediction was correct or was not correct? So were you guys correct? Was your prediction? Okay, so that's what you put was not correct. Did you predict that it would go out to the sides? What was your prediction? So your prediction is not right, it's going to the sides, right? Okay, was correct. Okay, so now how would we relate this to real life? What does it tell you? Cameron, what would you like to put? No, you're not going to relate it to a shark attack. That is not what it's asking for. So, how you would relate this, say if I was doing the dishes at my house, what would this tell me about when I'm doing the dishes? Well, I don't think I want to put pepper in my dish soap, water. But what about if there's food and stuff in there? Like, what do I want to scrub?
The
Our soap? What? Put the pepper on the, I'm doing the dishes. I already ate my food off of my dishes. So if it's saying that the soap made the pepper go to the sides of the dishes, where do you think you want to clean it?
Inside.
The sides of the dishes, right? Is that what you're going to say? Okay, so that's what you would put. If I wash dishes, I will have to remember to scrub the sides because that is where the pepper will go. This is long. When it touches the soap. So you have to scrub the sides of the dishes because that's where the pepper will go when it touches the soap. Have to try and squeeze it in on the front because we're going to glue this in our notebooks.
Oh. I can't. I don't have any room.
What do you have on the front?
I'm just going around the house.
Everything.
Scrub the sides.
I have
Okay.
everything except for the line. I'm just
So if you wash the dishes, you'll have to remember to scrub the sides.
I'm going around the board.
It asks you that, right, for your step. Not on backlight, we're going this into our notebook. Squeeze it in where you can. Please do not touch the materials that are left in the middle of the table at this time. I'm going to give you one more minute rest of the materials in the middle of the table.
This is good. Can we dump water out and see if it still sticks?
Not at this time. Okay. Very carefully, because you do have water in the middle of your table, please get out your science spiral. I'm giving you about 30 seconds to get that out. Science spiral. Should be the same spiral that you put in your scientific method and all of that. Not your social studies spiral. Science. Science spiral. Noah, I need you to get that done and get back to your desk, please. So page 7 in your table of contents, page 7. Scientific method procedure. You guys see that? Sorry, I just squeezed it in. Scientific method procedure, 30 seconds. Then I want you to turn to page 7 and glue this into that page. And I'm going to give you about 30 seconds to do that. Where's your glue? A dot in each corner, an X in the middle, put it in. Put it in.
How little is it coming out? Well, did you open it? Yeah.
Borrow your neighbors. If your glue's not working, ask your neighbor. We'll figure out your glue later. Glue it in. 30 seconds. Go. Should be glued in and put away. Glued in and put away. Yeah, do it quickly. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That should be glued in and your spiral should be getting put back into your desk. Glue it in, close your spiral, put it back in your desk. This is social studies, so you need your science spiral. Science spiral, not social studies.
Science is good.
I'll take it. We'll set it aside and